Hey, David Breslow back here with you, and today's golf tip, I want to talk to you about what I call the intelligent golfer. Actually, more specifically, why intelligent golfers make mistakes on the golf course. I have an interesting question for you that I ask everybody who calls me, every golfer who calls me, because what happens first is they generally like to tell me their story. You know, I do this, I do this, I do this, I have read these books, I go to these workshops, I have these CDs at home, I've studied the mental game, I've read all the books on the subject and how to play golf, and I have a golf pro, and all these great things, okay? And then my first question usually is, well, that's great, you seem to have a lot of information out there, so why are you calling? And then usually they say something like, well, I'm having a little trouble applying a lot of the stuff that I learned over the years. And I say, okay, here's the first thing I'd like to share with you, and I want to share this with you right now. Here's the question I ask. Do you consider yourself an intelligent person? And I ask you this question. I have been asking this question for over 20 years. Every single person I ask this question to says yes. And you should say yes. Of course you're intelligent. But here's my next question. Even though you are intelligent, and you are intelligent, would you consider just for a moment that you may not be very wise? Usually when I ask that question, it's met half the time with, yeah, I get it, I know what you mean. The other half of the time it's met with, what are you, calling me stupid? No, of course I'm not calling anyone stupid. And then I follow it up with this question. Would a wise golfer, a wise person, sabotage themselves on the golf course the way that you do, all the ways you just told me about? And immediately people answer, no, they wouldn't do that. Now here's what's interesting. We haven't even talked one bit about wisdom, or what I even mean by wisdom. So without even knowing what wisdom means, everybody says no, right away. They answer no. So that tells me inherently, golfers that I talk to inherently know that if they were wise, whatever wise means, they probably wouldn't be sabotaging themselves on the golf course the way they do now. And they're right. So, intelligent people underperform on the golf course all the time because they make the mistake of thinking that, hey, outside of the golf course, I'm an intelligent person. I work hard, I try hard, I've made myself a success in whatever field I might be. You could be an entrepreneur who's successful, you could be a salesperson, you could have a nice job in an organization or in the corporate world, or whatever you're doing, you're feeling pretty comfortable with. That's great. The problem is that kind of thinking and that kind of effort does not apply on the golf course. And many of the golf pros that I've talked to tell me, yes, they have this problem. People often bring to the golf lesson or to the driving range that same kind of attitude, work hard, try hard, intelligencing their way, I know I just made up that word, through the process. And the reality is you don't hit a golf ball with your intelligence. You just don't. You don't hit the golf ball with your mind. You hit it with your mind, body, and emotions. So here's the message for today. You have this triangle. It's called the mind, body, and emotion triangle. The reality is you cannot use one being functioning more than the others. If your mind is taking all the energy, let's say it's sucking all the energy up for you to be thinking and thinking and thinking and worrying and processing and all that stuff, basically you've left your emotions and your body starving for attention because the mind is doing all the work. That's partly why so many golfers who are intelligent, very intelligent people, will still go out to the golf course and underperform. The reality is your mind, body, and emotions must be in sync at the moment of playing the game of golf. And at that time, they must be in sync in order for you to perform at the highest level, no matter where you are in your game right now, no matter what skill level or experience level you are right now. When your mind, body, and emotions are in sync, everything you do, you will do better. So what can you do about that right now? Well, obviously I can't get into it too far in this little short training video, but obviously we go a lot deeper than that, for those things, in the Wired to Win 7 Laws, 21 Days program. That's exactly what that does. It puts the mind, body, and emotions in sync. But short of that, on your own, at least you can do a few things. You can take a yoga class, and Yoga is very popular these days, and it should be. You can take a Tai Chi class. Will help put your mind, body, and emotions back in sync. You can work on your breathing exercises, a huge factor in putting your mind, body, and emotions back in sync. So breathing, yoga classes, Tai Chi classes, any kind of class, meditation classes, anything you can do to put your mind, body, and emotions back in sync will help you play your best golf no matter where you are right now. So, at the end of this video, please, would love to hear your feedback again, so please put a note down below. Would love to get into a conversation with you. And if you have a moment, visit mentalgolfcoaching.com. Would love to hear from you over there, and you can take a look at some more stuff on that site as well. Dave Breslow, signing off. Take care.